Hi, thanks for joining me. Doing another pickups video here. I've got a lot of anime, I have a lot of games, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to kind of mix them up this time. For starters, you guys might remember that I had promised myself that as I'm getting more anime, I'd like to watch the stuff that I have and the stuff that I'm picking up before I get a lot of new stuff. Some of these were ordered kind of before I made that promise to myself. So there's probably more anime here than I would get if I were sticking with that. But one thing I was proud of is I did watch the 4 volumes of Lost Universe that I have, and then I ordered volumes 5 and 6. So looking forward to checking these out and finishing that one up. And one to cross off the list. Something that I've already seen, so I don't have that problem with this, is Nia Under 7. You might remember this has been featured in the past couple pickups videos I've done. This is the last volume that I needed, so really happy to have this again. I am looking forward to checking it out and just seeing how this holds up, something I'd seen previously and enjoyed. This next one is from a creator and an illustrator that I really like. And I'm kind of surprised I hadn't seen this before. I think it came out in kind of a dead period of anime for me when I wasn't really watching a lot of new stuff. My attention was just focused elsewhere, but that is Steamboy. His stuff can be a little hit or miss, but I think it's never a complete miss in terms of there are always really interesting ideas that he brings to the table. So really looking forward to that one. Next up, some games. You guys might remember me getting a guidebook and I think a fan disc for one of the Yarudora games, Sampagita, and I picked up the game itself. Just a really cool thing. I think this is probably what got me into the Yarudora series, because I am a Masamune Shirow fan, and all the character designs were done by him for this. And you can see here. Just really nice designs, really great animation by Production IG. So, this series of games just seems like the kind of thing that is right up my alley. And I would love to carve out some time to really check those out and do them some justice. In a similar vein, I have Blood, The Last Vampire, Volumes 1 and 2 for the PS2. Also by Production IG here. And, this is something that I saw back in the day, Blood the Last Vampire. Honestly, it didn't blow me away, but it was good, and just seeing them do so much more stuff with the story after that, I really owe it to myself to check some of that stuff out, especially Blood C. Getting Blood and Clamp together, that just seems like a match made in heaven, so definitely need to check that out someday. Anyway, these 3 games were part of an order that I made from Amazon, and short story about this, I like to get stuff in batches, so I ordered 2 batches of stuff from Japan, and I ordered them all from the same Amazon.com seller. Now, I've never had any trouble with Amazon sellers, so I figured I was fine with this. But the shipping takes a really long time, and once I noticed the window of time within which these should be showing up, I said, well, let me wait and let these things arrive. Now, the first package that I ordered has never arrived. It's lost in the mail. So you can imagine how I felt when I got the second package that I ordered. And I opened it up. It had those 3 games in it. That was cool. But the big game that I was buying that time, the thing that I had really decided to get that was the most important to me, I have the green and white versions of Gun Parade Orchestra on PlayStation 2, and I said, it's time for me to get the blue version and just finish that up, and this is what I got, with no box art, and just I was really disappointed in this. So you can see here everything else is in it, but on the seller's defense, I emailed them, and this was definitely listed in at least very good, if not like new condition. But I emailed them. They're very transparent. They include this note. It's this very kind of humble Japanese style transparency, and they were really good about it. They said, keep the game they refunded me for that. They refunded me for the Lost Order, so they were really good. But just keep in mind, if you order from Okabe Corporation, the shipping might be really slow, and I'm hoping that they're using a different shipping service or charging more for shipping or something, so that's not as much of an issue. This next batch of things I ordered from a seller that I have great luck with every time. That's Right Stuff. And you can see here, I picked up Yukikaze. I think I had showed off in a previous video that I had 2 of these, and from Right Stuff I just needed 1 more. So I now have completed, as far as I know, my Yukikaze collection. I think I talked about this previously, but it's just a really interesting show that I saw some of back in the day and never finished it. So I really want to finish this one up. It's a little slow, it's a little dry, but I love the idea. It's this plane that's, outfitted completely with AI, and I just think the ambiguity of its motivations, and really what you can expect, what this plane is thinking, is really interesting. So definitely interested in checking out Yukikaze here very soon. Another 3-disc set that I got. This is something that I saw back in the day, and I liked quite a lot, if my memory serves me. That is Shoot Fighter Tekken, also known as Tough. It's just called Tough in Japan. I don't think that the titles in either language are very good. Shoot Fighter Tekken, I had to look up shoot fighting. Apparently it's a real thing. Nothing to do with guns or anything. Anyway, if you can kind of get past all of that, and the artwork too, and nothing against this artwork, I think it's very good, but it looks like manga covers, and that's all there is on here. There's no screenshots or anything, so it doesn't give you a lot of confidence as to what the animation looks like. But I gave this a chance. I had gotten into UFC a little bit back in the early days when they were really pitting established martial arts styles against each other. And I watched Grappler Baki, and I think that this was a natural progression to check this one out, and it's really cool. So I'm really looking forward to watching that one again. A lot of good, cool martial art in that, and some cool fighting. Another series that I really liked back in the day, or a handful of years ago, Desert Punk. This is one of those series with, it's one of those goofy main characters that's also like a complete badass. He's really funny. He's like this short kind of kid, and he just has some guns and some grenades, and but just watching him outsmart these enemies that are like clearly superior to him in their, their abilities, or in their equipment and things like that, their number of guys or whatever. It's a lot of fun, and he's one of those kind of loser characters too, no luck with women. He's always going after this chick, and there's a lot of fun comedy around that kind of thing. So really fun series I've wanted to get. The last couple episodes are not all that good, but that's kind of par for the course. The rest of it is completely worth it for me. And another complete series in a nice pack here. This is one that I literally know almost nothing about, but this was like a bargain bin run on Right Stuff. So all of this stuff was in the bargain bin, so I got really good deals on these. And that is Heat Guy J. This is one that I've wanted to see from back in the day. It just, the production values on this looked really good. And it looks like it's probably, sort of a fun action series, just from the style of the artwork. Additionally, the character designs, they look like the designer for Escaflowne. I don't know if that is the case or not. But I thought it was really worth taking a chance on this one. Looking forward to checking that out. Next up is something else that, this is actually a Blu-ray release, and kind of surprising to have a Blu-ray in the bargain bin like this, but it's something that I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with, because I'm such a big fan of the series, that is Slayers. And this is the latest 2 seasons, Evolution and Revolution R, which I believe are seasons 4 and 5 respectively. I was really excited. They took a long hiatus from doing Slayer's TV series, and then when they announced Evolution, I was like, oh yeah. I watched it, and it was, it captured some of the spirit of the original, but it just, it fell a little flat for me. So I just didn't get into Revolution R, but I have the rest of the TV series and OAVs and movies and all the stuff for Slayers. So this will complete my collection on that, and I want to watch Revolution R. There are some some good things to this series, so very glad to have that. And now we're back into some games. So this is the last thing from my Right Stuff order. It is one game, and the main reason I got this was because there is a Dreamcast version, which I will probably own in my Japanese Dreamcast collection if I don't have it already, and that is Tea Society of a Witch. On the front here it says Majo no Ochakai, which is like, witch tea association. And I've seen this kicking around, and honestly, like, I just think it has some things going against it that makes it not that attractive to grab. One is the title. It's just not very compelling. It reminds me of if you titled K-On! After School Tea Time. That's the name of their band, but it's just not a really compelling title. Additionally, the character designs, they're kind of cute, and I like that cute anime style, but they're really stylized. It's almost just a little too stylized for me. But at any rate, because of the Dreamcast release on this, I was like, I really need to get the localization of this, and it may turn out that this is a great game. So I'm glad to have had an excuse to at least check that one out. And the next one, we have a PlayStation Vita game. You guys probably know what this one is, but I'm really excited about this. I'm playing it right now. Hyperdimension Neptunia PP. I did spring for the special edition of this, and honestly, out of all the special editions I've gotten from Nipponichi, this is the one that probably feels the most chintzy, but I can't really blame them for that. The stuff that's in here, for one, is really light, so that doesn't really help. But also, just for a Vita game, I can't imagine that they're gonna, really go all out and put a whole bunch of effort into it. It's kind of budget priced anyway, sort of the game, and I doubt that this has a really huge audience. But if you're a Neptunia fan, you will absolutely love this game. So here's the extras that are included. Not a whole lot, but we have this cleaning cloth here for your Vita, which is very nice. It's got the same cover artwork as the limited edition. Then you have the game itself, of course, and you've got these headphones here. And, they're just kind of a cheap pair of earbuds. They're kind of the nice, comfy style, but they've got the Neptunia logo on them, and then you've just got little pictures of Neptune, Vert, Noir, and Blonde on there. So that's it. Kind of a, just a kind of bare bones limited edition, but it's something, nice for the shelf. And just being such a huge Neptunia fan, I'm really stoked about this. Having fun with the game. I will give you guys impressions of that and other games that I'm playing in an upcoming anime that I've watched, games that I've played this month video. Additionally, I have picked up some things digitally. They're not as much fun to show. I did try showing the Vita up on the screen, and it's really hard for you guys to see it. So suffice to say, I picked up Monster Monpiece. And this is something my friend picked up before I did, and that just prompted me especially to just go ahead and grab it. And so far I really recommend it. I need to get a little further into it to kind of tease everything I can out of the strategy and the card battling and all that stuff. But I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. I will talk more about my impressions on that, but it's a pretty fun game so far. And another digital pickup that I got was a PlayStation 1 original, something I really liked back in the day, and I was just getting nostalgic for it. I'm like, I wanna pick this up, and I was looking at getting a physical copy of it, but it is one of the ones that goes for a little bit more these days. And I feel like my physical collection, it's pretty well fleshed out. So I noticed there's a digital version for like $6, and I was just weighing between the digital and the physical version, and I'm like, the digital is fine for me. I just wanna play it again and check it out. So that is Threads of Fate, older action game on the PlayStation 1, published by Squaresoft, and very, very fun game. I remember when I first got that, I got home from work and started playing it, and it was on the weekend, but it was one of those things where I just stayed up all night. I think I went to bed at 6 or 7 in the morning. after having beaten that in one go. So if that tells you anything about how much that game hooked me and how much I enjoyed it, looking forward to checking that one out again. But those are my pickups this time, so you know, I hope that you enjoyed those. I'm going to have some more videos here coming up. Like I said, I want to do some impressions, some anime that I've been watching and games I've been playing. So I'm hoping you're looking forward to those. Thank you very much for watching.